Okay, hey, welcome to Chapter 4, and we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about, the appointment center itself. We're going to talk about a pre-positioning package, what we call the PPP, or the pre-positioning package. We're going to talk about some basic postage and a few other things. So let's get right into it. This is the appointment center, and it's where we keep our brochures and the necessary things that we want to send out to a customer. Pre-positioning package usually involves the salesperson or designer's biography, we call it bio, and that's the responsibility of the salesperson to make sure that they have created a bio, and then we can send that bio document off to the printer, and then we should have copies. We have copies here. So basically, a bio looks something like this, where it's a nice friendly picture and a little basic background about the salesperson. So we would also take, in the pre-positioning package, we would take maybe the actual brochure that we would send to the customer, and then the third thing that we would want to make sure that's part of the pre-positioning package is a letter from the appointment center, from the person scheduling the appointment. In a nice letter, big, bold. Hey, your appointment is on such and such a date, which is a Tuesday at 3 o'clock. All right, and then so those three things, and then if we have any coupons or whatever, would go into a nice envelope like this, and we want to send that out. Because we want to get that pre-positioning package, as we said, in the hands of the folks as fast as possible. Why? The reason why is it's called they stop shopping. They're seeing what they like, and I like this in this brochure. Oh, I love this picture. Oh, wow, they offer that. It stops them from shopping. They found their home in you, right? And that's how we buy as consumers, right? Once you find that car that you really like, and the people are really nice at the showroom, you're probably going to just have to work on the numbers, but you're going to go with that car and that service provider. So we're the low care service provider. We're the boots on the ground. We have to keep, these are our tools. This is the appointment center's tools. And of course, also, as we mentioned before, a lot of these documents we're putting in a PDF so that you can be the real appointment center pro, and you can email those right that same day. Right? In marketing, we call this, especially for internet leads, or when someone calls in, their emotion is so high. And if we can keep that emotion high and get them the documents in their hand right when they wanted it, people have no patience today. So let's get those documents in the bio and their appointment to them as fast as possible, electronically and also by U.S. mail, if that's what it takes. We'll do whatever it takes. Because why? Because we're here to serve them. If they have a great experience with us, they're going to tell their friends, and we're going to become we're just going to become an even bigger company and better company than we are already. Okay, so brochures, maintaining brochures, and there's all this, that's part of the craft that we've been talking about. All right, so we've talked about getting that document out as fast as possible. We're getting better and better with all different kinds of pieces and parts. We even have our first postcard that's like a reglazed postcard that our appointment center is sending out. Just stuff that is just really great tools. We're really committing to becoming a better and better company, and that starts right here in the appointment center here. Remember, nothing happens until a sale is made. We know that that's wrong. Nothing happens until a salesperson or designer has an appointment to go on. That's why we call it the appointment center and not the call center. It's about appointments. It's about number of appointments, and getting that so that our salespeople are always busy. Okay. So I want to talk about also about shows and events. So in Leads, Dave Yoho and David Allen Yoho talk about successfully doing shows and events. So, well, we have a showroom. So I would challenge you to listen to Leads, shows and events. It's a real, I mean, I've picked up so many things and memorized them because it's the way that, you know, we successfully do a show, event, or we work in our showroom. Hey, there's some basic things that we don't do. We really shouldn't have a, you know, maybe a coffee cup is okay. You know, I've got a coffee cup right here. But we wouldn't want to have a sandwich, you know, or we wouldn't want to have, you know, a big salad, or chewing gum's a no-no. You know, chewing gum, you know, maybe you know, seriously, I'm getting picky here, but really think about it. You know, people don't, they want us to focus on them. So, you know, a coffee cup, sure, but if you're gonna, you know, one coffee cup. Yesterday's McDonald's cup, that's got to go. You know, we got to get rid of that. We got to keep a clean desk. Someone walks into the showroom. We're gonna actually go out in our showroom, but a few quick things too. I forgot to say about the brochures that it's appointment center's responsibility to order brochures too. Right? This is the appointment center is its own gear. It's a very important gear in the overall machine of the company. So we want, hey, if you see that you're down on Yorktown cabinet brochures, then there's an ordering form. Seek it out. If you don't see the order form for brochures in the appointment center, please see the office manager, and that is a system in and of itself. We don't want the appointment center people to have to be tied down by other staff. They can just go right and get the stuff ordered. I know Four Seasons Sunrooms, they have their own stuff. And as I mentioned before, you know, we're having our own brochures, which I'm very excited about. So we're making the ordering of brochures much more easy. It might be just going on to Minuteman Press down here in Fairport and making a call to say, hey, I need 50 more sunroom brochures right away. And then they would drop those off. So that we're trying to get into that responsibility of that system so that it's easier. Okay, so before we go out and talk about the people coming in and what you need to know and what you don't need to know, we're going to go out there in a second. I just wanted to finally just mention a few other things that just to kind of tease you about the craft of the appointment center. So we have those voice skills, those things that we say, the script that we follow, the smiling, the good, you know, good posture, and just, you know, all those things are so important. Market Sharp is such a powerful program, CRM program, that they have this, you know, the ability to do a radius mailing, which really I'm really committing to. And where we turn around and we sell a job, we get another job in that neighborhood. And so that's going to also be the responsibility of the appointment center. Okay? And then as well, being able to go into Market Sharp and be able to pull lists down to say, okay, hey, from January 1 to March 31st, wow, we had, you know, 500 appointments come in, 500 leads come in, but only 400 of those 500 converted into appointments. I'm going to go into Market Sharp and grab the 100 prospects that we have that never got to see us. So that is another thing that Market Sharp can do. Again, a lead, we said before, is like concrete. The more we move the concrete around, it stays liquid, right? The more times we touch it. If we don't touch that lead and months and months and months go by, what happens to the concrete? It gets solid, and the lead is dead. And that asset, we call the lead as an asset, is worth nothing. So that person's probably gone somewhere else and bought what they wanted. Where we really want them to buy from us, because we get a really healthy company, and we get bigger and bigger. More people have a better experience with us. So okay, we're going to go out front now and just have a little fun, and you know, as if someone, do a little role playing, as if someone comes in, some of the things that I expect you guys to do. So let's go out there. Okay, so we're here at the Fitch Design Studio. We're at the greeter's desk. I'm just leaning up against the greeter's desk as if someone were going to walk in. And as I was saying before, when someone comes in, we definitely want to, just for a second, we want to stop what we're doing, acknowledge them when they're coming in. Oh, hi folks, we'll be right with you. You know, something like that, upbeat, smiling. And have a look around. I just got a few things I got to finish up, and I'll be right with you. Great. So now they're acknowledged. They you know, and may even be a voice like that, a little bit louder than you normally would say, smiling and warm. We want to greet them in a warm fashion. We would approach them once we're maybe we have 15 seconds or so. We just finish up, or we pause what we're doing. We get up. And maybe we have a clipboard with all the questionnaires on it. So, well, hello, my name is David Cerrone, and your name is? And we're writing it like this. That's a body language where they understand we're going to write this down. So, oh, well, my name is Bill Brown. Okay, Bill Brown, thanks so much. And Bill, what can I help you with? We might not ask for their phone number because we're right in front of them. That being said, well, I'm interested in a sunroom. Oh, you've come to the right place. We want to reassure them that they have come to the right place. That they're in good company here, and that's the kind of thing we do. That makes them feel more comfortable. All right. So, I'm interested in a sunroom. Fantastic. Well, you've come to the right place. In here, you'll find just about every sunroom there is on the market today, and we really specialize in sunrooms. Some kind of scripted response like that. And I can get you a brochure. And so then we would go into, what are you thinking about? Well, we're thinking about adding a hot tub room, or we're thinking about adding a growing room for my wife's plants, or whatever the reason is. And we write those notes down. Oh, wow, maybe a little raised eyebrow. Great, let me write that down. So we start to capture that information. All right, so I've made a note for myself. Most people, when they're with you, they're at a show, or they're in your showroom, they're going to ask the question, can these be built on an existing deck? And you may know that we do build many sunrooms on existing decks. Okay, yeah, well, yes, they can. They can be on existing decks. I'll make a note of that here. Hey, can you tell me about what do these sunrooms cost? And that's kind of getting into an uncertain area. As people, if someone says it costs $1, they're going to remember the dollar. If you say it costs between $1 and $10, they're going to remember the dollar. So what we do, what professionals do in shows and events and venues and working a showroom is, that's a great question, Bill. I'm going to make a note of that, okay, for you to ask, for our designer to answer that question when he comes out to your house. The goal of a show, event, or venue, working in a showroom, is to generate an appointment. That is the ultimate goal of the appointment center, but especially for working a showroom or working today we're doing the garden festival, the garden show out at the Dome. The goal is to generate appointments. Nothing happens unless there's an appointment. So when someone walks in, we don't really want a salesperson to be here in the showroom. And why? Because salespeople are they're high influence, they talk a lot. And one of the things that they know are what these sunrooms go for. But it depends on the homeowner's home. The Better Business Bureau recommends that no one give you a price over the phone because they don't know typically what the cost will be, or if it can be built on the deck, or if the deck has to be modified, or etc. It's what kind of trim is used, what kind of wall thickness there is, what kind of windows you want. So if you listen to Leads, he addresses this issue of people walking into your showroom, and that's a great question to ask. Let me write that down. Bill Brown wants to know the cost of the sunroom. Okay, so you're going to get that. Those are very important things, and we don't really want remember, we really don't want a salesperson. We have to really train the salesperson when they're working a show or event or a venue or a showroom to not talk about the price. Okay. They don't get the price until we can see what's going on. There's a saying that says, prognosis without diagnosis is malpractice. So we can't truly tell you the price until we come out and see what that room or what windows you have now, or what's the condition of your skylight now. Okay, so here's a different thing of what we want the appointment center to know. Or if you are here working on a Saturday or Monday through Friday and someone walks in, what are you supposed to know? You should know some basic things about the different kinds of sunrooms, or what that sunroom's called. Say that's a Victorian conservatory, or that room is a cathedral solid roof sunroom. So we do want you to know some basic things, and that's a separate training that we typically do. We do want you to know that we offer AZEK, TimberTech, Trex decking, and there's brochures that you can quickly learn. Look at the brochure, and we can spend some time with the appointment center and just tell you the certain things that you don't have to know, like really detailed stuff like, hey, that has conceal lock or Cortex fasteners, or you don't need to know that. You just need to know that, hey, we've got some really great brochures. We specialize in decks and different kinds of hand railing. We offer AZEK, TimberTech, and Trex. All those other questions, I'm just going to write them down and set up that appointment. And that's, again, what it comes back to is the appointment. To truly serve our customers, we need to come out to their home. So we've talked about a lot of things, and I would challenge you to take about a half an hour each morning and stay committed to watching this video. Maybe if this video, you've watched the heck out of it, then half an hour each morning, then maybe 10 or 15 minutes of role playing, memorizing the scripts, so that it's like a fighter pilot. A fighter pilot in battle, right? He's not thinking about, oh, here, that's the rudder, and this is the aileron, and that's where I dropped the bomb. No, they're rote. He knows, or she knows, those fighter pilots know what buttons, they just comes natural. That's how we have to be with scripting. We have to memorize it, know what to do, and keep it fun. Because this is all about serving the customer, which is, to me, the best, the most fun part. And we're building the Fitch Design Studio and our appointment center and our marketing department into a place where in Western New York they know us. And as the owner, I'm truly excited that we have a beautiful bricks and mortar building, but it comes down to people like you being a pro. And we need you to be a pro and love what you do. So thanks for watching, and look forward to working with you in the future.